In today's episode, I'm talking with and actually driving Anthony's RC car. This man is what real engineers can bring to this hobby we're all involved with. The man hooked up a Raspberry Pi to a GoPro to stream online with virtually no latency, and I'm driving in his RC car around his yard, and he's in upstate New York. I'm in Portland, Oregon. So enjoy, and let's see what's possible here. Hey,
Hey,
hi.
hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I just spent in my backyard here, and I was just getting everything situated.
Right on.
Oh, one second. Okay. Yeah, man. So you're located on the West Coast?
Yeah, I live in Portland, Oregon with my family.
Oh, nice, nice. Is that born and raised, or you
Yeah, basically
transfer?
from around here. I mean, I traveled between the Bay Area and Texas for work in my 20s and 30s, but I like being local now.
Gotcha. Okay, that's awesome, man. I haven't visited Portland yet, but I visit uh Colorado, and I have a sister in California, and I go to Utah sometimes to snowboard and stuff like that,
Great.
but not quite to where you're located, but one day for sure.
Where are you at?
I'm in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in New York, but I moved upstate about 3 or 4 years ago. Um, my fiance, her family's from upstate, and we used to travel back and forth. And then I was like, you know what? I used to work remote. I'm an engineer too, a software engineer specifically.
I
Uh,
suspected as much for being able to set up a system like this.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, with technology now, I think things are a bit easier because hardware is not my specialty, but I could Google and use ChatGPT
Yeah, man. I've learned a lot faster lately with these tools.
for sure, for sure. All right, I'm just setting up stuff here, and I'm going to. Are you on the website?
Yeah.
On Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got this PlayStation Logitech steering wheel set up.
Oh, nice, nice. So, depending on whether you're on a PC, because I don't know, do you mess with the settings on the Logitech at all?
I've actually never got it. I've never tried it. I bought it used, and
Uh,
it's got a USB connection in here to the computer. I'm on a Mac.
hmm Gotcha. So it's a bit tricky if you don't. It's not tricky. So what happens are with the Logitech specifically, if you are uh, if you are driving and you have to continually turn the wheel, because I think the rotation on the Logitech is the default is pretty extensive, meaning that if you're in a regular car and you're driving, let's say you make a small movement, that the car would be responsive to that small movement. But with the Logitech's default, it has like a long rotation. So, you rotate it and you have to keep rotating it for it. And this could be gaming and then also with the RC car. This is what I noticed. So you could adjust the settings on like a Mac, but the PC is probably a little bit better because the software for Logitech is a bit better on a PC, to be honest. On Mac, I actually didn't get it. I didn't get their setting. Like Logitech has its own settings package that you can install, but it doesn't really work on Mac for whatever reason. Um, but again, you could use it with the Mac and everything. You can use it to drive the RC car. I just want to give you forewarning because I know I went through that experience. Uh, but you can use that. You can use a PS5 controller, and you can use a Xbox controller. Either one of those work. Uh, the only thing about the only thing that I was playing with some settings, and the audio on it causes it to slightly lag on it. But you could tell me this is actually a good test for me. you could tell me your experience with it. Because my plan is this weekend is to actually reduce that lag significantly. But you know, a step at a time.
What can you tell me a little bit about the hardware that we're using?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Raspberry and a GoPro. So the Raspberry, has all the code and everything on it, and then the GoPro is what's using to stream the video.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
inexpensive.
yeah. It's not. It's fairly straightforward. Well, I can't say it's straightforward, but yeah, it's not that expensive. What was time consuming more than anything was just trying to get everything to work and get it to where with the RC components and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, how long
But
have you been
yeah,
working on this project?
this has been, I don't know. I had the idea probably like 5 months ago, and then I was like, probably a little bit longer, about 5 or 6 months ago, and then I just started, uh, playing around with it,
Hmm.
and I think it was probably 2 or 3 months ago. I was like, oh, okay, let me really whip this together and make it work. And so yeah, it was this year.
Nice.
The weather is nice, and I figured that people can actually try it out and stuff.
I spent a good chunk of the pandemic building a Storm 32 gimbal.
Oh, really?
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun to tune it after much, workbench time manufacturing the aluminum parts that hold the motors for the gimbal. And then it was
Mm-hmm.
a tuning effort because it's just really using like dampening technologies to stabilize the camera. You got three motors.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so the gimbal, what do you use it for? Do you use it for the
Oh,
technology for? Yeah.
I mount the camera uh, onto it, and then that assembly goes onto the RC car. I can go grab it real quick.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty.
This is it here. It kind of mounts on the top bar of a sledge, tracks a sledge, and
Ah,
so the camera's there. Here's the gimbal controller. It's open source hardware, and a step
mm,
down voltage converter and some relays for electronically turning on and off the video transmitter, which would be here, but I took it off this.
ah.
And this is
Uh,
before. Go ahead.
how is it? How does it perform?
It's hard to tune, and
Mm,
it'd be a little jittery. That was kind of as best as I could get it. Um, JP, my coach and friend, Jipper, you
mm,
might see him on the online group sometimes.
mm-hmm.
He's got it dialed in. He
Nice.
uses two axis on I think an Arma Centon, and it's
Mm.
really clean and stable.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was looking into that because part of the issue with RC cars, well, off-road RC cars is that it's bumpy. You run across bumps all the time. And I played with some other cameras other than the GoPro, and they worked. However, the stabilization was a bit challenging.
That's
And
it.
I thought about yeah, and I thought about going that route, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit faster. I was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
but
now with
yeah.
HEQ and Caddx and XF Robotics are making those off the shelf gimbals.
I know Caddx, but SF
Yeah.
Robotics, you said? I never heard
X-
of them.
XF Robotics is the manufacturer of the Caddx branded gimbal, but you can buy it. You can buy them directly from XF Robotics for just a little bit cheaper, and it's the same hardware.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. They're located in the Bay Area.
XF,
Oh,
I'm sure it's Shenzhen, China.
oh, it's XF. Okay.
XF.
Okay, my
Yeah, let
bad.
me.
I put
Yeah,
okay. Yes, I see it now.
yeah. This is the replacement for that big monstrosity I just showed you. And
Oh
so,
yes, the Cadix. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's actually XF Robotics, but yes,
XF.
same hardware.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it should work.
Nice.
If I
Yeah,
don't break it.
that's actually what I started with too. I started with that, and that's what got me interested in doing the remote RC. Whereas I started off with the goggles, but I bought it from was it Walk Snail,
Yeah,
and I used to have that Cadix and everything like that. And the goggles experience was actually pretty cool too, but it could get a little bit uh, dizzying sometimes, for sure,
mm. Mm.
for sure. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's good to know because I didn't necessarily need the camera, but the gimbal is something that I'll definitely look into. All right, so if you can go to it's
Yeah,
rc-realm.com
I'm there.
sl slash cockpit
Oh, cock.
slash yeah slash cockpit slash vehicle one. But I have to actually add you because I created an admin on the back end, so you're probably not going to be able to connect right now, but I'm going to
Yep.
add you right now.
Well, I hope the steering wheel works, regardless of whether or not I'm spinning the wheel a lot.
Okay, so let me go to the admin here. Yeah, it should definitely work.
Okay,
Did you select the controller, the Logitech controller?
did.
Nice. Okay, let me add. Do you remember your username that you created? I just gotta add you
Uh,
on there.
Matt, Matt.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I
Matt?
figured you you hadn't gone public with this yet, and I could get the username.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. All right. So try refreshing that same page that I told you, the cockpit slash.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm in.
okay. Are you able to see anything?
Stuff's stuff's loading.
Okay. Yeah, you got to just let it load for a second for the first time and then it'll pop up.
Okay, I can see it. I'm at your house, dude.
Yeah, you can see. Can you see
Yeah,
me
that's you.
walking?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
actually, uh, it is going very fast. It's very responsive.
Yeah, it's the minute details. So we're talking about milliseconds, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's um but I'm trying to
that's
get it down so that you can't really tell at all. Because if you move, so what happens is it's the video, right? Because the controls, like the servo and everything, when you turn the wheel, that's instant. But it's the video feed that's like has that little bit of milliseconds lag and
okay.
everything. And that's what I'm focusing on. Because of the audio, it kind of introduces another element, but I want to keep the audio because I think it's a cool experience. But if I have to turn it off, I could turn it off and stuff like that. But cool, you're in. So I don't have the motor on yet, but oh, yep, you
Oh,
turned the wheel.
yeah,
I see you
nice.
turn the wheel. Yeah. So I didn't turn the motor on yet, so you can't push gas and brake, but I'm gonna do that now. The only thing is that I so right now, and this is gonna change. Right now, this is a basically a stock Traxxas VXL minus the stuff that I put on there. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about Traxxas VXL, like Ford Fiesta VXLs, but here, I don't know if you can see this is like the
Oh
small
yeah,
thing here.
the rally. I gotcha.
Yeah, but they are very punchy, so they have
Okay.
a lot of torque and everything
Yeah.
like that. So
Yep.
what I plan on doing, I'm actually gonna buy a different ESC and a
Yeah.
different motor, and I'm gonna tweak that. But for now, that's what it is.
I'll be careful.
So I say that to say this: whenever you touch the throttle or the brake, it's going to be very punchy.
Yeah.
So you could to start off, you just have to baby it and just like tap on it lightly and everything because it's going to take off. I'm going to be honest, it's going to take off. Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, but you'll get used to it. So I'm gonna put the cover on, and put the cover now. Let's see. Yeah, I had created a whole admin system because I figured, people are going to connect. I want to be able to cut it off, and stuff like that, and be able
Right.
to connect connect. Hold on, let me just make sure. Put this on.
I like your fences there for barriers too. A legitimate track.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I try to try to make something
Mm.
that will hold up. I want to reinforce a lot of this stuff though, because it needs reinforcement. I put it together in like 2 days.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I could do better, but I just haven't got to it yet. All right, so now it's on
Okay.
the. Oh wait, actually, let me do this. I'm a hold on, 1 second. Okay, I'll put the case on real quick.
I'm with you on the punchiness. My go-to rigs are all using the Hobby Wing system that with the Bluetooth, so I can adjust the punch down to like level 2,
Yes, yes.
and I get rid of the Traxxas hardware. I usually sell it brand new because you can, I can like I
Get
kind
some
of
money for it a
yeah. I
little
think I
bit.
sold my ESC off the X Max for like $75, and the Hobby Wing Bluetooth is like 150, so it makes the upgrades half the price.
Mm. That's a good idea. Yeah, I should have done that earlier, but I'm a, which one did you get? Oh, by the way, it's on. So if you
Okay.
could just tap the pedal a little bit. I just want to make sure. Are you tapping it?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay. So this is also another feature that I had to implement. So just tap the brake a little bit, just a little bit, and then tap the throttle again.
Nothing.
Oh, so you have to be the focus has to be on the screen where RC round. Yeah,
Okay.
or else it won't. Yeah, or else it won't do it.
My wheels turning left and right.
It is not. Like, I don't think you're connected anymore. Hold on. So are the pedals and the wheel connected to the same computer or?
Yeah. Yeah. The way the pedals work is they plug into the controller, and then the controller plugs into the computer. Let me
Oh,
just
so
make sure
because
my plug isn't loose, or the
okay, because the steering wheel it wasn't even moving because it was moving before. But
yeah.
try. Huh?
I can perhaps just unplug the controller from the USB and plug it back in and see if it'll re-register that way. One sec.
That's weird because you're just connected.
Unplug the controller, plugging the controller back in.
Maybe refresh the page. Maybe refresh the RC one. But
Yeah, loading.
mhm. Okay, I see the wheel turning now.
Okay, I'm going to tap the brake and then the gas.
Yep, yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
My video is showing it's like half coming through. I don't think I'm getting a feed right now.
You don't think you're getting a feed, or
The screen's locked. It's
is it green? It's like half green.
yeah, like the bottom half is like weird neon green.
Oh, it's loading. So because of the refresh and everything like that, it
Yeah.
should clear up. It should clear up in like a second or two. But if it doesn't, let me know. But let me see. I see you're able to move it and everything.
Okay.
Uh, Try driving it for a second and then see what happens.
Am I moving the car?
Yeah, yeah, you move the car.
Okay. Yeah, the video is not going through. Maybe I should I refresh the browser again?
Yeah, try to
Oh,
refresh. Just
oh,
double.
never mind. I just hit the play button at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's a play. Yeah, I gotta find a way to disable that actually
I'm there. I'm
because
doing it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Do you see what I mean by you have to turn it a lot
Yeah.
to actually turn? Yeah.
I got to secure my steering wheel there so I'm not yanking it off the desk.
Oh yeah.
And you know how I'm not going to try going backwards. I don't have a gear shifter on this thing.
Well, you could go backwards. You know, it's fine.
How do I do
Um,
that?
you have to press the brake, but don't. I mean, it's
Uh,
kind of like you know how you have the the trigger
okay,
remote
yeah,
control.
sure.
It's similar. I figured that would be a neat
Oh,
behavior. But when I change it, when I get the ESC, I'll probably change that as well. I could show you what you look like here too. Let me turn the camera on.
nice, dude. What a successful setup.
Thank you, thank you. Getting into work. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to take a while to get proficient.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It takes some time. So whenever, if you're able to connect to like I said, if you change the settings and you could turn it, like the radius to actually turn the car is a bit shorter, it feels a lot more comfortable. Where you just have to turn it a little bit, kind of like in a car, and it will be responsive. But because it has that long throw, it's just like, oh, I got to turn some more, and I got to turn some more. You know. You don't gotta be afraid. You could put a little bit of power whenever you feel comfortable. But I know it's a bit tricky to get used to it at first. Like one of the things I like to do is around like this long turn, I'll just like push it and try to like slide it around the corner.
Mm-hmm. A
But
little
yeah,
drifting.
little swooping action. Yeah,
Oh, made it.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
You working from home these days?
No, I used to work with the tech company Etsy, but was it like 2 or 3 years ago? I actually was laid off, and I focused on like I have rental properties and stuff, and I decided I was like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on that, like
Nice.
the properties, and then I'm going to just start playing around with stuff. And this is something that I literally was just playing around with stuff 'cause I used to do it as a kid with my dad,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, this is cool. And then that's how I just started tinkering, and that's how it actually came to life. I was like, because my day consists of, I attend the rental properties that I have, and then uh,
Awesome.
I just go online and do, research and start testing stuff.
Hmm.
And I definitely fulfilled. It's for me, it's a fulfilling life because, working was fun. Uh, obviously, I did some pretty cool things. Worked on some pretty prominent projects.
Did you say Etsy?
Yeah, yeah. I used to work with Etsy.
Right on.
Yeah. Um, and big data. I was a data engineer. My focus is data engineering. Um, but yeah, man, I enjoy the stuff that I'm doing with this RC and this other stuff.
Yeah,
I
a
want
lot
to
of
make.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, a lot of the same reasons is why I got into it. I only kind of rekindled my interest a few years back when I was kind of doing some soul searching on what do I do for myself that's fun. And I was
Hmm.
reminded about how much joy I got out of RCs when I was a young teenager, back when I didn't
Hmm.
have any money. And so
Mm,
being able now to buy a car and play with my kids is great. And then
yeah.
it's also fun to learn. I mean, and hanging out with John Paul, he lives up in Vancouver, BC.
Mm,
Chad
hmm.
Rains is in Seattle.
Nice.
Chad does a lot of tech support for drone companies, and so is real smart
Mm.
on how all the flight controllers work and the camera systems, and has just got a ton of experience.
How did you meet them? Within the Facebook group or?
Yeah, JP actually on RC groups, he started writing up about how to build the Storm 32 on a ground unit, and so
Oh,
I mean this is a lot to put together for your first time, and I got acquainted with him by reading his write ups and then reaching out for help, and he's just really kind and helpful.
oh,
So
that's
I
awesome.
think we've recorded a half a dozen podcasts by now.
Hmm.
I mean, they're not highly produced. It's just me and iMovie, and I'm not trying to market it even. I don't think I've got less than 20 subscribers, but it's mostly just a time for me to connect with friends about RC stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I, so one of the things that also brought me to this is, I just building community in general, especially as I get older and everything. Yeah, it's it's a hobby, right? You get together, you're able to, you know, chat, fellowship, and even with the remote. One of the things I want to implement is in a way to be able to talk to people still while they're actually driving.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and then, various features like,
I'm,
go
I'm
ahead.
out of gas.
Oh, it died?
Yeah, I
Hmm,
mean, I still have responsiveness on the wheels, so maybe the voltage is just low on the pack,
probably. Let me just see.
and that
Let's see, let's see.
and that's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's another thing because, ooh, it's interesting. Like I have two fans in here, and it looks like the ESC is still hot.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what, so that's what happened. I don't know if you can see
Uh,
it.
yeah.
It was blinking, so it's just like that.
Can I look at the
And
camera hardware?
say it again.
May I please look at the camera hardware?
Sure. I mean, it's just mounted.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I 3D printed everything. So the actual Raspberry Pis in here
Uh-huh.
and everything.
Oh,
Uh, and then it's just streaming from this GoPro. And I mean, again, it's most of the stuff is in the actual code and everything.
yeah.
But
You're,
it's not the.
you're a
Hmm?
genius, Anthony.
No, 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 no.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
sure.
just fun. It's fun stuff, man.
Well done, man. It's so neat you got the background to be able to put this together and then do it and it works. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm interested in your feedback in general because I'm still in the testing phase, and
Yeah.
I have people who I've actually posted it in a Reddit community, RC cars, and in the Reddit community, and I got a lot of response from there.
Mm.
Um, but I really want to make sure it's in good shape before I have because I want to do races. I want to do races. I'll start off here, then maybe at a track or something like that.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, because is this system portable?
yeah, it's totally portable, so I can take. So what happens is, as long as a track has internet connection, I can set up an extender, and I could broadcast the internet connection, and connect to the RC cars. So the plan is to, I'll have races with here and with my friends, and then also whoever else is interested on uh, Facebook and Reddit. Because on Reddit, there's a lot of responses and there's a lot of interest, but I want to make sure that it's, squared away before having a lot of people on the platform. One or two people to test it is totally fine, but I want to make sure that it's, good. So that's why I wanted to ask you is like,
Mm.
uh, how's the experience with the wheel and everything, and
This
what.
worked great. Honestly, that you're inside about the endpoints and the length of steering, that did not bother me at all. I was only steering about 90 degrees at max. So
Um,
I wasn't like doing this or anything. It was just 90 degrees at max.
mm,
So that worked out great. Um, um,
yeah,
feedback feedback is it's wonderful. It worked. It'd be fun to probably do on road. It was a little bumpy, but it was manageable.
listen. Oh, okay, okay. Because I have let's see. Yeah, I think on road is definitely smoother. I tested it on a go-kart track actually, and I had a local go-kart track that
Oh,
allowed me to connect to their uh, Wi-Fi service,
mm,
and it was actually pretty fun, and it is a lot smoother.
okay,
So that has, I mean, again, I just did this in my backyard, so
yeah.
there's nothing professional about this, but uh, I definitely, I definitely could have it at a track. Um, yeah. What about uh, things, a room for improvement, as they would say?
Well, on your website,
Mhm.
probably I mean, minor thing, but make a link from the controller options, then into the cockpits. Maybe some like you're signed up for this car. You'll probably need some sort of registration system so that people can get organized around a time slot. And of course, you'd have to do it that way because there's a lot of work to do on your end, getting these cars turned on and powered on and charged up and all that.
Mhm. Mm. Okay. Yeah, that's a good insight, and I think the reason why I did that at first is because I knew people were going to the site and then click around and everything. And if I'm testing it, I don't want. So what happens is you can, like if you go to, yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter. Like I could put a link there, but if you're not assigned to the car, it'll just reroute you anyway. So I could just put that link. So
Mm,
that, yeah, yeah. Because originally my thought process was that let me not put it there right away, just in case somebody's clicking around and then they click on it and then they control the car. But in reality, they can't. You can't do that unless you're assigned to the car on the admin side. So
oh yeah.
it wouldn't matter anyways. But yeah, that's absolutely something that I'm going to do.
Mm.
Um, yeah,
And one more idea. Transponders. Uh, I do mini Z racing with the club here locally,
yeah.
and we use the system. I think it's Next Racing, and so
Mm,
and so timing data all gets uploaded, and you can compare your times with other people. I've thought a lot about like this whole FPV RC car national hobby, international. Um, it'd be really neat if there was a spot where we could upload videos and maybe timing data. Maybe your streamed video could be stored um, and accessed,
mhm.
and saved to your profile or something. I don't know how you. This is a deep rabbit hole we could go down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. The so storing the video is something that I would like to do. And, maybe automating like clips and stuff, because I think that'd be pretty cool. I do have a timing system on here,
Okay.
but I want to get a more advanced one. I just didn't want to, you know, pay for that because I'm just testing this stuff, and I know there's more expensive ones. I don't know if it's Next Level Racing that has the pretty pricey modules
Mm,
that are also used on actual race cars. But
mm,
yeah, there's one that I looked at and it was like $3,000 in total.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but
Those are
but
precise equipment.
yeah, exactly, and I think that's pretty cool. And I think uh, I think I probably will do that. Again, I just wanted to get the testing out the way and stuff. What do you? Okay, so let me ask you this: what do you think about like gears, right? Because I can simulate gears on this RC car, meaning that if you had a shifter, I would be able to, well, I had to get the ESC first, and then I would be able to simulate, shifting gears. So it's like, you know, gear one, gear two, gear three, gear four. What do you think about that?
I don't think it would bring much to the experience.
Mm,
Now
okay.
that might just be because I'm relating this to other RC car experiences, and I don't have that experience in RC cars. Now, of course, we do when we're driving our normal vehicles, and if you're going to do anything in a high performance or rally on this, the rail racetrack, that happens.
Mm,
I've also not had much luck with it. I do have an ESC on my crawler that allows me to shift with the flip of a switch, like 50% to 100%
yeah.
forward power, and it's been my habits, or what I actually do, is just not hold the throttle as far down to go slower.
Mm, gotcha. And with so the tricky thing. So what about braking, right? Because what I did is
Oh,
I simulated braking, um, kind of like how you have the handheld trigger, um, RC car remote. I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it. If people have like we have the pedal and the wheel, um, I can separate that out. It will have to come with. I mean, when I have the ESC,
right.
when I get it. But what are your thoughts on? Because that's the way you reverse now.
Yeah,
But I can change that. I can like modify those things.
I would suggest testing with drag brake at like 30%. Once you do get an ESC that allows you to program drag brake, and that
Okay.
would then probably be all of the braking needs that someone would have. And that just occurs when you, of course, let off the gas, then it doesn't roll, it drags to a
Hmm.
stop. Um, and then the brake pedal as reverse is fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good. Hmm. All right. Yeah. Again, I had a handful of people test it so far, so I'm
Yeah,
just trying to get as much.
yeah.
I just try to get as much feedback as possible.
Well, I'm
With go ahead.
thrilled to have this experience and sharing it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, reaching out and testing it and stuff like that. Um, I mean, I don't know if you'll be interested in like a cool little race series, but I'm trying to rally people to actually do that. I mean, so far it's about 20 people that are interested. Um, but the goal is to have like a qualifying time
Hmm.
trial first,
Hmm.
and then maybe either the final one or maybe the semifinal races will be like head to head or something like that
Yeah,
to determine and stuff. Um, so if you're interested, I would love to have you, you know,
awesome.
do that and stuff. I think that would be pretty dope.
That'd be great
Uh,
for sure.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think my Zoom call here is winding out. I'm on the free plan, and so we're going to
Oh,
be
okay.
cut off here in a sec.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No worries, man. I appreciate it again, man. And I guess we'll be in touch. I'll text you my number as well. I saw you said your number.
Oh yeah.
It's totally fine. You can text.
Well, yeah. Thanks for dragging all this gear out and hanging out with me for a bit this afternoon. This has been a highlight of the day for sure.